Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing the Festive Christmas tag. I was tagged in this by Captured in Words and I will leave a link to his channel down below. This was originally created by Kate over at Girl Reading, who creates the best tags, and if you're not already subscribed to her, which you probably are, you should go do so now. Yeah, both their channels will be linked down below, so you should definitely check them both out. And I'm just going to hop straight into the questions, the first of which is, what fictional family would you like to spend Christmas Day with? And I think for this, I'm definitely going to go for the Weasleys from the Harry Potter series. I mean, why wouldn't you want to spend Christmas with the Weasleys? Not to get like too deep, but I kind of struggle at Christmas, and I found that like being really busy is really helpful. And I think the Weasleys' house is busy to the point where it's near chaos. I think being around the hustle and bustle of the Weasley family would be really good for me at Christmas. They also seem to be really good at welcoming people from outside, like the immediate Weasley family. I definitely feel like they wouldn't allow me to feel out of place if I was visiting for Christmas. And the food would be great, and I really want a Weasley jumper. Question 2 is a bookish item you would like to receive as a gift. I want to say everything. I love bookmarks. I think bookmarks are really nice stocking fillers, and I personally don't think you can ever have too many bookmarks. I'm a big fan of a bookish tote bag. That's something I'm on the lookout for. I'm a big fan of badges. Bookish badges are good. Bookish mugs. I'm a big fan of a bookish mug. Something I really want is like one of those bookish candles. Like, you know, the ones that you can get from Etsy stores. I think they're really nice. Question 3 is a fictional character that you think would make a fantastic Christmas elf. And this stumped me for quite a while. I wasn't sure what kind of qualities I wanted in my elf. You know, you want someone festive, I guess, but you also want someone that's hardworking and enthusiastic. And I think the first person that came to my mind was someone like Luna Lovegood. But that's not who I want as a Christmas elf. Who I think would make a fantastic Christmas elf is Violet Baudelaire from A Series of Unfortunate Events, because she's great at inventing things. Think of all the brilliant toys she would be able to come up with. Things that have never been seen before, Violet would be able to come up with. Question 4 is to match a book to its perfect Christmas song. And again, this one stumped me for quite a while, but came to me, and it doesn't fit perfectly, but Last Christmas by Wham and Bridget Jones. I have so much love for Bridget Jones, and I will defend her till the end of the earth. Question 5 is Bah Humbug, a book or fictional character that you were disappointed in and think should be put on the naughty list. 2 books that I was really disappointed in this year were Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven and Smoke by Dan Valletta. I just didn't really enjoy either of them. I got to the end of Holding Up the Universe, but it was just a bit dull and a bit boring, to be honest. I had really high expectations after all the hype of All the Bright Places, which I haven't read either, but I thought since that book is so well loved, I assumed that Holding the Universe would be likewise well acclaimed. And I don't know how people who enjoyed All the Bright Places have felt about it, but I just didn't get on with it. Smoke by Dan Valletta is probably the book from this year that I'm most disappointed in. I think it came out over the summer and I was so excited to get to it. The concept of it sounded amazing, you know, sin showing up in the body as smoke, but when it came to actually reading the book, I thought the execution of it was really poor. I thought the characters were very dull, and I thought the characters were very similar to the point where there wasn't really any character traits or definition. It kind of just seems like someone had this really great idea but just did not know how to make it happen. Question 6 is a book or fictional character that you think deserves more love and appreciation and should go on the nice list. And for this, fight me if you disagree, I'm going to go for The Cursed Child, because do you know what? It gets shat on a lot, and you know, it deserves some of the criticism. It deserves a lot of the criticism, but I think a lot of it is undeserved as well. And I think Christmas is a time to be nice, and I think The Cursed Child deserves some love, okay? I think there were so many great things about The Cursed Child, and The Cursed Child will always be incredibly dear to my heart. For me, The Cursed Child just came at a time that encompassed so much about what I love about the Harry Potter series, and it encompassed the idea that Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home, and Hogwarts will always give help to those that ask for it, or those that deserve it. The Cursed Child, I think that deserves a lot more love than it's got. Question 7 is a book cover with a particularly Christmas feel to it. I wasn't sure what to go for this for quite a while without going for like a book that is explicitly about Christmas. But I have come up with 2, and the covers are quite similar. The first one is the Rabbitback Literature Society. And this cover, obviously, it's quite blue. It's got snow on it. It's quite shiny. I kind of just wanted to talk about this book because I'd forgotten about it. I actually really, really love it. This is about an English teacher who starts to unearth stuff about this rabbit-back literature society, and she ends up getting deeper and deeper into the society, and she goes to libraries a lot to try and uncover some of the mysteries, and it's all very odd, and it gets very meta, and she discovers the game, and I won't tell you what the game is, but it's fascinating. It involves the strange disappearance of an author, and also books and words and pages rearranging themselves. This is chilling. It's kind of darkly funny. It's very uncanny. And next is a book that I've spoken about a couple times on this channel, and that is The Snow Child by Ewan Ivey. And this is set in the 1920s in Alaska, and is about this older couple who have never managed to have a child. One day they go outside and they make a snow child out of the snow, and then a little girl starts to make an appearance in their life. This is a really, really touching book, and I do think this would actually be really good to read around winter time as well. And the final question, question 8, is a book or series that you love so much that you would love everyone to find under their Christmas tree so they can love it as much as you do. And for this, I tried to think of books that I've really loved, but I also think most people would really enjoy as well, even if they're not readers. And one of my favourite books of this year was The Museum of You by Cara Spray. I rattle on about this all of the time, but this is about a father and daughter, and the daughter is just, I think she's around 12, she's kind of just on the cusp of like puberty. She might be a little bit younger, but she begins to curate the museum of her mother, and her mother passed away when she was a baby. And what Clover begins to do is she starts to look through all the stuff that her father has hoarded, all the stuff that belongs to her mother or belonged to her mother. And she begins to curate this museum and attach narratives to it. But you see from the father's perspective that the narrative she's attaching aren't quite accurate. It's a book about family, and it's about communicating in families. There are so many touching moments, like the dad trying to work out kind of how to deal with Clover going through puberty and how to handle that as a single dad. When they watch a show together that isn't the Great British Bake Off, but is basically the Great British Bake Off. It's just so funny. And another book that I think everyone would love that I really enjoyed as well was Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy. This is about an older lady named Maud who suffers from memory loss issues. She often goes to the shops and doesn't remember why she's gone there. She has a shelf full of forgotten cups of tea, and sometimes she can't even remember what her daughter Helen looks like. But there is one thing that she is certain of, and that is that her friend Elizabeth is missing, and she's going to find out exactly what happened. This is a brilliant book, and the narration is fantastic, and it's so powerful to be able to see inside Maud's head. And for this definitely gave me a lot more patience with older people, I think, which I think is something that we could all do with around Christmas time. So yeah, I think this would be a great book for someone to unwrap on Christmas Day. So that is it for the festive Christmas book tag. I'm not going to tag anyone because it's Christmas Eve, so people probably won't have time to do it. I hope you're having a very Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you're giving yourself some well-deserved time off. Or if Christmas is a little bit difficult for you, I hope you're coping and managing and enjoying yourself as much as you can. If you need anything, if you need any chats over the Christmas season, then my Twitter is down below if you would like to have a little chat. Even on Christmas Day, I'm always on my phone. Booktube's a little bit like Hogwarts. It will always give help to those that ask for it. So yeah, regardless of what you're doing over the next few days, I hope you're having a lovely time, and I'll see you guys in my next video.